Alright, today we're going to obviously know how to farm Doritos in Criminality made by me. Alright, so obviously you know how to get Doritos, airdrops, mystery crates, and vending machines, which is obviously the best way of getting Doritos. Okay, first of all, the third best option, we're gonna talk about that, but first, to get a rumor out of the way, literally you can choose snacks or drinks and it won't matter. Like you can choose both of them and it doesn't like have increased like oh drinks have decreased chance of giving it and snacks have increased chance of giving it. It doesn't work like that. Both choices can have the chance to drop you to eat those and that's final. You know, I got both wheat doses from snacks and drinks, so I don't know why this rumor exists in the first place. Alright, before we start, using this thing called Tiny Task, which is pretty much like an auto clicker that you can use to record your, buttons that you pressed and, you clicked on left mouse or right mouse, and it allows you to press another button, which allows you to, have the Tiny Task repeat what you did. It is really good because you can also, make it repeat them indefinitely, so you can just sit back and relax. But you still gotta beware of randoms and the vending machine malfunctioning. You can also get the wheat dose even if it's just you in the server. So you can still join like low populated servers and still get it. Just join low populated casual servers to prevent most of the deaths being caused by third parties or rats. Alright. First location that I usually prefer going to when the other options have been run out is inside thrift store because most of the time people rarely go here when the even when the servers are moderately populated. So also it's also inside a room, so you're not getting like sniped by a BFG or a scout anytime soon. And there's two registers and a big safe for you to take, so if you run out, then you can just, open up those and start again. There's also a locked door, so that's really nice, They need to break it down, so you will be notified. Even if they're using a lockpick, you can still hear the door being lockpicked, and then, the door opens. You gotta prepare to fight back or just stare at them until they leave. Now, for the cons, people grinding for casts are obviously just going to go to this area consistently. I've been the individual myself that did this. You're also pretty much screwed if you anger the Zerg because there's no alternative escapes to escape from. The unlocked door is only, way of getting inside this thrift store. So yeah, and you might mistake outside footsteps as someone nearby the locked door. It's very, nearby some areas, so you might mistake some outside footsteps as, some guy, coming in to, open the locked door through lockpick or kicking it. So in conclusion, it's really great if you don't bother anyone, and if the others don't also backstab or snitch at you, this place is really good. Second place to farm Ritos at is Tower Roof because people rarely go here when servers are low, but when it's like even moderately populated, then people tend to go here. But yeah, only two ways people can get on top of Tower Roof if you anger a if you anger a squad or a Zerg, which is really nice. There's only two ways they can get up, which is through a ladder, and you can pretty much camp those ladders with a shotgun or automatic gun, and the entrance behind Tower Roof has a locked metal door, so they're going to have some lock picks, or they're going to have to kick the door like I don't know 8 times, to break it down. It also has decent hiding spots if you don't have any weapons on you. Here's an example. The entrance behind I just talked about. You can go behind it or behind those crates if you wish to, have a surprise attack on them. There's also a lot of saves inside and on top of tower. So if you're like poor and don't have the money to keep the vending machine, fed, you can just open those safes up and continue the grind. Cons are pretty much like money grinder. This place is just money grinder's most important spot to grind money at. So if the server's full, then expect some, people to, go inside and on top of tower, and you should probably prepare to fight back. It's also a huge risk when fighting with blunt melee players, as they can make you fall to your death. So don't get too close to those edges, otherwise you're just gonna get headshotted and then you're just falling off. So yeah. Either way, it's same as Thrift, the conclusion, but making an enemy or two doesn't really affect you because you can easily camp the entrances to tower roof, and you just have more options to hide or run away. The third place is Tower Dealer Cave, which is pretty much a cave nearby Tower Dealer. Just get inside, go to your right, and then go front, and boom, you see the vending machine, and there's some potential red crates nearby if you're lucky or you're on standard. The pros are pretty much a majority of people in casual forget this place exists, so this is really a good place to be in if you anger like a few players or a deserve, because they rarely know that they can just go here. There's also a rock or pillar behind you to protect you from firearms, so they're gonna have to, get closer. If they're like, trying to shoot you, you can hide behind it, and you'll be fine. It's also inside a cave, so obviously, same as Rift, you're not gonna get sniped by like any BFGs and such. Cons perhaps might, you might again mistake outside footsteps as someone behind or nearby you. It happens. It's also nearby like civilization and stuff and other stuff. And the other con is pretty much like respawn point nearby the vending machine. So you should probably watch out since a guy can, respawn behind you. So you gotta prepare to fight back if they're going to, bring out like a gun or something if they just, spawned into the game. It's also easily accessible. So if people, know this place exists, it is really easily accessible. Like there's no locked doors or anything to stop them from entering the cave. I'm pretty sure there's two entrances, nearby this vending machine. So you gotta prepare when you like hear footsteps nearby you, which is, you might mistake outside footsteps as someone behind or nearby you. It's also a very short distance to go to this vending machine if they went through the tower dealer cave. So people can just go through the cave, and if they hate you, they can just pop a rage dose or just shoot you with their gun. So you better prepare for that. But pretty much, this place is like very good because as long as as long as the people you anger doesn't spawn here, you can pretty much anger Zerg and continue your farming here. Like this, they rarely know this place exists unless you let them here. This is the last spot. Nearby junk dealer, which is pretty much like you go to the fence behind the dealer and it's pretty much near big gate. I got too lazy, but the only pro I got for this is people forget this place exists even when the server has 15 people. And cons are pretty much it has a few respawn points nearby. Scrap farmers also usually go here, including a few money grinders who does the same thing. And people can shoot you from far, so you expect to get BFG'd if some guy is camping on junk garage. Conclusion is, I mean, it's pretty much only viable when there isn't many scrap or money farmers or when the server's small. So when the server's big, expect to hear some footsteps nearby you and prepare to fight back. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Goodbye.